I'm kind of attractive as well. Isn't that right, Discord kitten?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that voice elicits such a visceral reaction. Hey, it's me. Hoshi, 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 Hoshi. Hoshi, Hoshi, Mewtube. I am Stellatrix, coming at you, and specifically, only you, live from a starship near you. Today we will be perceiving the unfair advantages of your eye color by Almond the Artist. It has 2 million views and it's only 2 weeks old, so I feel like there might be a little bit more than meets the eye. So strap on, and let's go perceive.
These are the unfair advantages of your eye color. But instead of just listing them, I ranked every eye color and even declared one king. And I'm pretty sure you're not going to guess which one it is. And I'm going to start from the bottom, meaning they're only going to get better the further we get into the video. Number 8. Actually one of the only eye colors to have something in common with animals. Occurring in approximately 5% of the world's population, amber eyes actually have a higher proportion of pheomelanin, which is a fascinating pigment that codes for a reddish-yellow kind of look.
There you go.
So it kind of looks like my urine.
Please drink some water.
And it's also found very commonly in animals. Not only that, but they effectively have better night vision, kinda. The theory is that lighter eyes have less pigment, so they soak up less stray light, and a tiny bit more light can scatter around inside the eye before it reaches the retina. In theory, this should allow lighter colors to pick up more light and see better in the dark. Now, the evidence is mixed on that and the effect is slight, but I will be considering it in the ranking. It's just too cool to ignore. But it is just a theory.
But like, that's not specific to only amber eyes. That's literally all light-colored eyes.
Effect only gets more potent with lighter colors. Now, time for drawbacks of the amber eyes. I keep the disadvantages in a very special place. I keep them in the Scroll of Foibles. Foibles means disadvantages, by the way. Because there's a lack of melanin in the iris of amber eyes, they kind of struggle in more bright environments. And some studies say they might be more at risk of cataracts.
Ooh.
And that's it. I think I'll dub amber eyes the hunter of the king's court. And keep in mind, these eye colors are only going to get better as we go up. And this next one was probably the toughest placement decision I made. Number 7, found in around 5 to 8% of the population. Hazel eyes actually combine advantages.
Okay, so he's actually, oh, my face froze again. Why does this keep happening right now? What I was about to say was that I appreciate that this guy actually is using the correct color for hazel eyes, because a lot of people incorrectly describe gray eyes or eyes that they deem color changing as hazel, and that is not the case. Hazel eyes are brown with green, or green with brown with some yellow.
From 3 completely different eye colors. Sort of. You see, hazel eyes are a mix of brown, green, and gold tones. A lot of people actually report hazel eyes changing color depending on mood. Now that is complete gobbledygook. Horseradish, if you will.
Yes.
However, it is based in some reality. You see, due to the patchy pigment of hazel eyes, different lighting, pupil size, or viewing angle can make certain pigments in their eye pop more compared to others. This actually gives them one of the coolest abilities on the list. Depending on the exact mix of eye colors they have, they could have any range of advantages from any of their 3 mixed colors. They could have light or dark eye advantages depending on the person. So why did I rank it so low? Because it's so chance-based. You could just get a bad mix. But there is an advantage that is universal to hazel eyes. Due to their changing irises, they're often labeled as exotic, and by extension, more attractive in most populations.
True, they are very pretty.
Me. I'm kind of attractive as well. Isn't that right, Discord kitten?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that voice elicits such a visceral reaction. I'll be curious to see if he brings up gray eyes and how most people that consider their eyes, they change color from blue to green to gray. Like, they just have gray eyes.
But enough glazing. It's time for the Scroll of Foible. Disadvantages of hazel eyes include more glare when in the sun and higher risk of some cancers and slightly higher risk of AMD, age-related macular degeneration. It's where your macula degenerates as you get older. But once again, these disadvantages depend on your particular hazel. Overall, I'd say this eye color is the princess of the king's court. I wonder who the king is. You guys are wondering, I bet.
It's gonna be brown eyes.
I'm not telling you who the king is. You'll have to find out. But the next one is one of the rarest in the world. And you know what they say about eyes. They're the windows to the mind.
One of the rarest, not the rarest, so gray eyes?
Are you terrified about the state of the world right now? No. Me too. Hey, come here. Force.
Is this an ad?
The economy is failing. Nothing is real. It's all AI. No. I know I'm not the only one freaking out about the world right now. I mean, my heart is nearly beating out of my chest every time I scroll on my phone or listen to the news. I can hardly go a day without feeling anxious about something. Actually, it was only after venting and talking to someone that things actually were put into perspective for me. Yes, talking to someone really helps. It kind of allowed me to vomit out my feelings and have a really clear look at them. And inevitably, after really understanding everything and getting more opinions on what I was anxious about, I don't really feel concerned anymore.
Spill the beans.
I don't know, I think they call that in the biz peace of mind or something. I can't. Anyway, I bet you're feeling kind of anxious too, aren't you? Well, I want to help you, which is why I'm happy to say the paid partner of today's video is BetterHelp. You don't actually have to physically go to BetterHelp. Call people in the App Store itself much to colors actually have during this video. Let's get back to it. Number 6. Green eye colors actually have the strangest reason for their coloring. I mean, it's just straight up bizarre. This eye color only occurs in roughly 2% of the world's population, making it one of the rarest eye colors of this entire.
If he's saying one of the, green is the rarest. So what is he considering? Unless it's like red from albinism? Or maybe violet?
Video. And it's actually the color I have in real life. You see, the color actually occurs from a combination of 3 things. Low melanin, creating that blue shade, combining with the yellow pigment in the eye, and light scattering. So there's actually 0 pigment coding for the green of the eye. It's just a light trick in color theory,
similar to gray
making
eyes.
it one of the most biologically complex eye colors out there. And they actually have slightly more powerful night vision. And once again, that is slight. But they have another neat little cool thing. Due to its rarity and striking appearance, it actually is considered to be one of the #1 most attractive eye colors in the world. And while it is considered folklore or myth, they're also considered to be mysterious or lucky. It's time for the Scroll of Foible. Green eyes have greater light sensitivity, higher risk of ocular melanoma, and finally, higher skin cancer risk due to overall melanin body levels. Yay! Overall, I'd say...
Melanin body levels. So meaning that people with green eyes tend to be pale? Is that what he's saying? I don't know about that one.
Green is the mistress of the king's court. Guys, there's only 4 more before I reveal the king. He's gotta be so handsome. I wonder what color it is. I wonder what color his eyes are. You'll find out. Number 5. It is actually the origin of lighter colors today. Every person before this eye color came about had dark eye colors, being held by around 8 to 10% of people worldwide. Please welcome to the stage.
Wait, no, not brown eyes.
Blue.
Yeah.
The blue color.
Wait, I didn't know blue eyes were the origin. Well, blue eyes appeared in like a mutation. They were just a mutation. So I guess that makes sense. But I was thinking like blue eyes came from brown eyes.
Of the eye is caused by a lack of melanin in the iris. So light scattering in the stroma produces blue hues. But what makes this eye color special? Well, it actually has the most noticeable night vision of any of the colors we've discussed so far. Due to its inherent lack of melanin, there's not a lot to absorb stray light for these guys, making them very photosensitive.
But does that apply to darker blue eyes? Because there are dark blue eyes.
Even the tiniest bit of reflective
Hey, it's me!
light in the dark is more noticeable to them than their dark-eyed counterparts. Once again, this effect is subtle but super cool. They're also considered to be a very socially attractive color. But now it's time for... What's it time for? Say it with me now.
The scroll of foibles!
Their eyes are very photosensitive. They also have a high...
If blue eyes are good at night vision, is that why kittens are born with blue eyes? I don't know about kittens, but humans, and I assume this extends to most animals that produce melanin, are born with blue eyes because blue eyes aren't a color, they're a lack of melanin. And when you are born, you are not producing what will be your maximum amount of melanin. This is why babies born to parents that aren't white oftentimes look kind of white when they're born. It sometimes takes a while for the melanin to produce.
Higher lifetime risk of ocular melanoma and a comparatively higher risk of skin cancer. We'll call this one the assassin of the king's court. Guys, we only have 3 left before the king. And the next one is even rarer than green. Number 4, gray eyes.
What?
This is
no,
the rarest
gray is not more rare than green. You know, I have seen this contested. I am pretty sure last time I looked this up, gray eyes happened in like 3% of the population. I think it depends on where you draw the distinction between gray and blue, because gray eyes are basically blue eyes, but grayer.
color on the list, held by about 1% of the world's population. And some studies even suggest that they have even less melanin than blue eyes. And if that's true, they might have a slightly better night vision than any of the other colors. It's basically a better version of blue. The silvery color, though, is actually caused by a slightly different structure in the stroma, which causes light to be scattered slightly differently from blue. And like some of the other eye colors, like green or blue, its striking color mixed with its rarity lands it solidly among some of the most attractive eye colors out there. Now, say it with me. It's time for the Scroll of Foibles. They have a higher lifetime risk of ocular melanoma, skin cancers, and the sun hurts, because they're more sensitive to the UV rays. I'd say these guys are the werewolves of the king's court. 2 more until I reveal the king. Gee, I hope I haven't hyped it up too much. My goodness, I'm actually a little bit nervous. You, however, probably own this next eye color. Number 3.
Brown.
The moment a lot of you have been waiting for, and some of you may have skipped to, held by around 50% of the world's population, brown eyes. Brown. You know what brown kind of reminds me of? Subscribing to my YouTube channel.
Hey.
It is the first eye color to ever evolve in humans. And it's really no wonder why it lasted as long as it had. You'll understand why I didn't place it higher in a moment, but the reason brown is so high is due to its overwhelming advantages.
I freaking love brown eyes. I think brown eyes are so pretty. I've written so many poems about my love of brown eyes. I don't understand. I don't know. I think it's weird to dislike them because just because they're popular, they're common for a reason. Honestly, I used to wish I was born with brown eyes. I do not have brown eyes. I always thought I would look better with brown eyes. I just think brown eyes are so pretty.
Just crazy. Actually, it's like, whoa. That's a lot of advantages. It has the best UV and glare protection. They're essentially built-in sunglasses. It has some of the lowest AMD and ocular melanoma rates. It has a lower skin cancer risk due to the high melanin. In the more social sense, they're actually perceived as being more trustworthy and warm by people, meaning you could probably get away with telling some lies, making it one of the most overpowered eye colors on the list. But now, it's time for the School of Foible. Brown eyes don't do so well in the dark, and some evidence points to higher cataract rates. And that's pretty much it. I call it the Queen of the King's Court.
Yes,
but who's
Queen.
left? Who could possibly be better than that? Number 2. This one is a bit interesting. And really, it would have been at home at the bottom or at the top of the list. But I think, personally, this eye color...
I want to guess. What do you guys think? I feel like it's got to be an offshoot of one of the other eye colors. Black, maybe? Maybe he's going to say black eyes? Because some people differentiate between brown and really dark brown eyes. Heterochromia. Oh, well, it's, well, I guess it would probably be central heterochromia, since we're just looking at one singular eye instead of two.
Has the potential to be the best on the list, and it occurs in only 1% of the population. Heterochromia.
Oh, shoot, you're
that allows
right.
the carriers to have multiple eye colors. And this is the only eye color you can actually obtain, like after birth, through trauma, diseases, or drugs. However, there's a specific version of heterochromia I'm referring to. It's called complete heterochromia, specifically between a dark and a light eye, because technically, you could genetically have all the same health advantages of the brown eye color, with the added night vision of a lighter color, like blue. If you had a blue or gray eye and a brown eye, your eyes could hypothetically be the most advantageous on the planet. Plus, on a social standpoint, people find it very visually striking, allowing you to stand out and, by extension, possibly look more attractive. And when it comes to the School of Foible, heterochromia could be a sign of underlying problems, so definitely get it checked out by a medical professional. But most heterochromia is completely harmless to the carrier, and I'm going to name it one of the highest honors of the King's Court. Due to its sheer potential, I dub thee the Jester of the King's Court.
Hey, you're a joke!
Number 1. Held by about 10% of the global population. Black eyes.
Hey.
Yes, black eyes are the king of all eye colors.
I had a feeling black was going to show
they're
up.
not really an eye color. Black eyes don't exist. But very, 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 very dark brown eyes do. And when you look at them, they look black. So we're calling them black, okay? That's what and it's simple why it's at the top. It has every single health and light advantage of dark colored eyes, but charged to the absolute maximum. They have the best UV protection, the lowest risk of all the ocular problems we've mentioned in this video, and only one single drawback: it doesn't do so well in the dark due to the high amount of melanin absorbing stray light.
I'm sad he didn't bring up purple eyes, because a lot of people contest that old actress Elizabeth Taylor had violet eyes, or red eyes, yes. Alright, if there's something you'd like to see me react to, leave a comment about it, tell me on Twitch, or come tell me on Discord. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Remember, Space Cowboys, it's never goodbye, it is always good later. Until next time. Bye-bye. I'm so funny.